shock. But when I was in South Africa, I worked with two guys, Maritz Lopsha and Situmbo Makungo. Maritz is a limb reconstruction guy. Situmbo is a pelvic and acetabular reconstruction guy. And working with both of them, these guys were good. As in, there was nobody that I had trained with in the UK that was better than these guys. These guys were good. So I asked Maritz once, I said, hey, dude, he was in the UK for some time and he decided to go back to South Africa. I said, you were in the UK, you could have stayed. You got skills, man. Mm-hmm. Why did you come back to South Africa? And he said, hey, Bola, see, in the UK, I'm one of many. In South Africa, I'm one of a very few that can do what I do. And my people need me. And that kind of resonated with me because I'm like, okay, this is interesting. It's interesting because in the UK, yes, as I said, whatever I do, there are 15, 20, 500 other people that can do the same thing I'm doing. In Nigeria, very difficult to find 10 people that will do exactly the same thing I'm doing. And if you look at the population of Nigeria, it's massive, massive. So I made up my mind, okay, I'll come back home. Let me give it a go. Let's see how it goes. I'll stay for 1 year to start with. If I don't like it, I can still run back to the UK. I can always tell them that I just came to do rural medicine, or I just came to do, I'm coming back to you people. But I think what cemented my decision was just before I finally returned to Nigeria, I came on holiday. Okay, this was I who, in my 15 years in the UK, I probably had been back to Nigeria twice. But within a 1 year period, I'd come to Nigeria like 4 times because I was trying to weigh my decision and see whether I was the right thing to do. And I remember coming on holiday just before I finally returned. And I went on a visit. This was not a walking visit. This was just a normal visit. I think I had a girlfriend at the time that I came to see or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, I popped into Cedar Crest Hospital just to see the guys and just to say hello to them. And they brought in a young lady in her 30s with an acetabular fracture. And so I helped with the resuscitation, just like what any doctor would do. And this was in Abuja, right? And I said, guys, okay, you need to get an acetabular surgeon to fix this for you. And he said, we don't have any. I said, I mean, this is the FCT. Come on, guys, you must have an acetabular surgeon. They said, no, we don't have any. They said, the closest one we have is in Gombe. And we've never even invited him before. I said, really? They said, yes. So I said, okay, fine. Can I take this patient to theater? They said, yes, you can. I said, okay, fine. So I went in, did the operation. Operation went really well. And for me, that was the moment when I knew, okay, I think I'm making the right decision here. Because sometimes it's not in the healthcare system in Nigeria, it's not about whether patients have the money. Sometimes patients have the money and they can't get the quality of care just because the skills are not as readily available. And I felt like even if it's one person or 2 people or 100 people that I will be able to positively treat to prevent them not having appropriate care, then I think I would have contributed something positive. And of course, in the course of my journey, I was part of the team that treated the president's son when he had the ex-president's son when he had his accident. That's ex-president Buhari when the son had a motorbike accident. It's part of the team that treated him. And I'm very proud of that because it was at the right place at the right time. So that's kind of like the synopsis of why I ended up finding myself in Nigeria. And I came here, and honestly, the challenges are there, but the cases I've done, the things I've had to do, sometimes I wish I could just push some cases to other people and say, guys, I need a second opinion here. But then I realized, well, it's like you're probably the only one right now within your circle that can take this on. But things have changed a lot since I came, positively actually, and I'm just part of the chorus really. What I tell people, I think I always tell people, I really want people to travel. I want people to travel because because it's a different mindset. It's a different approach. It teaches you skills that you probably would never get in Nigeria if you stayed here all the while. But I hope that more people can come back, because honestly, any country you go to today, people built those countries. People worked hard to build those places. And if we don't build Nigeria, things are never going to get better. And I always believe is you have to have a what the Robert Gladwell call it. You have to get to a tipping point. You have to have a critical mass of people. You have to reach a critical mass in order to make changes happen. And if you never get to that critical mass of people, the changes we need will not happen. So I'm hoping that in my own little way, I'm adding to that critical mass to help